Hey YouTube, this is Southern Prepper One. Recently, I had a great conversation with someone that's in the know about our military. They have an expertise in the area around Taiwan and China. They used to have a position which gave them a lot of information. They have since retired, but they still have a lot of information that is current, and they do have some friends that are still in the military. The conversation basically went like this. We do not have the resources militarily to stop China. There's nothing there. They said it would take time to move resources there. They are moving resources, but there's no way to move enough resources. And right now we're really being strained with the Ukraine problem. A lot of our inventory is depleted and it's not going to be available. So secretly, we are not wanting a war with China. We do probably need a distraction because the economy is just going down the crapper. But probably that would not be what they would like. You throw the China problem with Taiwan in with what's happening in Ukraine, that's a head punch and a body punch. That would probably really hurt us. Now, they also said that China does not want a conflict with the United States at the present time. They're getting themselves more militarily ready, and they have the upper hand in the sense of the economics. They control manufacturing, they control a supply line that comes into the United States, and they're going to get us with manufacturing because we have none. We rely on them for lots and lots of things. So if they can hurt us economically and they can become a superpower and push us lower on the totem pole, they're really wanting to do that. But they definitely want to take Taiwan. The blockade of Taiwan would definitely hurt. It would hurt us. We get a lot of key sophisticated technology parts from there. Definitely the semiconductors, and those are all necessary if we were going to fight a war with our sophisticated weapon systems. So they were worried. Blockade of Taiwan would be really, really bad. Now, if China launches a quick attack on Taiwan, it will take us time to react. What happened if China does so well? Would the United States say, oh man, should we get involved? What about Japan? We're going to need Japan's help, especially their location to the problem. Japan will be very helpful. And Japan will probably be on board. But let's think about this. If Japan's looking at it and they see that we might not win, will they jump on board as quick? Definitely they will be in China's sights, but it will be definitely years down the road. There's not a lot of good blood between Japan and China. If you study the history of those two countries, very bad things were done. I want to talk about havoc at the homeland. What would happen to America if we go into a war? We're going to lose a lot of things. We're going to lose, I guarantee you, we'll lose some ships, and those will be aircraft carriers. No doubt about it. The missile systems now that China has developed, those big old boats sitting in the middle of the ocean are just targets. I don't think we can react. I don't think we have what it takes with the hypersonic missiles that China would be shooting at us. I think we'd lose a lot of ships. Also, we can barely handle Ukraine. Now, you got to remember, the whole world is fighting Russia. You might not have the manpower in there, but we have our supplies and our logistics flowing into Ukraine. And we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes to assist them. We just don't have the ground pounders or the aircraft in the air. What would China do to the United States homeland? If we're in open conflict and open war with them, there's no doubt they're going to be sabotaging infrastructure inside the United States. Just think of the limited amount of manufacturing we already have. If some of these facilities are taken off, anything that can make Patriot missiles, could take Stingers, can take any of the anti-tanks, if anything is done, especially the 155s, artillery rounds, there's only a few places that make them. If these are taken offline, we'll be in trouble. Really, they technically wouldn't even have to take them offline if they just shut the supply lines of normal commerce that is coming from China to the United States. It would decimate. Just look at medicine. We get a lot of our raw materials that we use to make medicine, even over-the-counter medicine, would cease to exist. I truly believe we would be in a situation of rationing very shortly inside the United States. Economically, could our stock market stay running? Would they shut it down for a little while because of the instability? There's a lot of questions here, but we are having trouble supplying Ukraine with the munitions they need. There's nothing of the scale of the logistical supplies we would need to fight China, protect Taiwan. We would burn through them in seconds. How many other countries would come to our aid? England? Probably. But their military is already gutted. They don't have the manpower, and they're slowly going through their war stocks. If you just look at Egypt, Egypt was a huge ally of the United States because we've given them billions and upon billions. I don't know how many billions over the years. 50, 60, 70 billion, I don't know. And look what they did. They have an agreement with Russia to supply them with missiles. I reported on that a month or so ago. And now we would like them to close their airspace so Russians' planes cannot fly through it. And they told us no. So the world is seeing that we are not the biggest dog on the block. Egypt is starting to pair its long-term vision with Russia, and rightfully so. They can clearly see our dollar is dying, our empire is dying. So there's a lot of things going on, and we're going further and further in the hole. Our military is not prepared. We're not recruiting the people we need to recruit. We're recruiting people that want to do everything else but close with the enemy and kill them. When I was in, that was my primary purpose. Find, fix, and finish the enemy. That's not really being taught as much. They're spending more time on political correctness, on wokeism, and every other little thing. And these are just facts. Infantry dudes should be doing infantry things and not worrying about. You want a military of infantry guys that are not politically correct. Their only purpose in life is to get up, train, work out, and be ready if our country absolutely needs us to defend this country. And it's not like that anymore. These standards are collapsing. I talk to guys all the time. A lot of soldiers are overweight. A lot of soldiers' PT scores are just dropping. The standard is dropping. And the standard's dropping because they can't get anybody into the military, and rightfully so. So let's just think about this. China will eventually take probably Taiwan. To them, it's honor. It's honor that Americans really don't understand. They want it back. To them, it's always that black eye that's they're facing. So, are they going to wait a few more years and let the United States just fall apart? And then it'll be very easy for them to take it. I truly think we probably have a couple years before Taiwan is attacked. And that's a good thing. Because we're not even ready now, and we're not going to be ready in 2 years. So, just continue to prep. watch the news, study the news, so you can make good decisions. We can't control what happens in China. I wish we could. I wish the American people could just rise up and tell all these politicians, hey, let's fix our own problems here. Let's bring back manufacturing here. And then we could face a threat. If you study World War II, the war was won because of manufacturing. Both sides destroyed each other's planes and tanks at a huge rate. But the country that can produce more than is being destroyed daily on the battlefield is going to win the next war. Thanks for watching.